Hey guys, Hitman here, and I feel obligated to do a double upload. In other words, I'm doing this double upload to catch up on some stuff. I realize, I have the whole weekend to study, plus I have a week to study for the bigger exams. So, without further ado, let's get on with this. Enjoy this, because this is probably going to be the last double upload for a while. And I just wanted to tell some more funny stories about my MTG experience, rather than tell a more serious story. So, I guess one story I have to tell is my favorite story, which is the, formation, I guess is the word I'm looking for, of the Nessa Fraley's combo deck. How I was able to conceive that deck. And it was actually not originally my idea. A friend of mine, I want to say it was Bobby, so we'll say it was Bobby, went up to me. He told me about Shaman of the Pack and Deathrite Shaman and a few other things, and some cool stuff that you can do with Elves. So a few days later, I come in and I say, hey, I got a Golgari Elves deck. Do you want to, face it? And everyone was like, what the hell? Is this, like, some card that's called Golgari? Or, like, is, like, the Elves called Golgari Elves? And me and Bobby are staring at everyone like, you clearly do not pay attention to the story of Magic, do you? Like, bruh. And so went up to a friend of mine, I want to say it was Jerry, and I said, you want to face this deck? He said, sure. Turn, I'm going to say 9. Boom, 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 shaman, 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 you're dead. I think I hit him for like 40-something. And he was just like, hold up. Do that again. And I showed him what I did. And he was like, this is unfair. There's no way you beat me. I want to face you again. So I go, okay, at lunch, we'll face off again. And so we face off again. And the reason why I put this card up is because this card actually ended the game, not the combo itself. Because I just ulted Fraley's constantly, rather than go off the combo, to dig for Azuri. I dug for Azuri, got Drove of Elves, which was originally in the deck, and goodbye. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the funny part of the story, besides the fact that, the combo wasn't just your idea? This deck was originally mono-green Elves. This deck was never black-green Elves. This was all mono-green Elves at first. There was no Shaman of the Pack, there was no Deathrite Shaman, none of that stuff. This was originally just mono-green Elves, which makes me laugh every time I think back and look at that. But, what's another fun story? So there's a kid that sits at my breakfast table that also goes to my LGS. He plays competitively. He plays a really, really, really good Jeskai control deck. It's kind of like Just Kiki Nahiri, but in modern, basically. Which I will do a deck tech video on that sometime in the future. And everybody that has faced that deck has lost to that deck, with the exception of one person. But everyone else that has lost to that deck basically said, no, this kid's impossible to beat. And another good friend of mine, he basically said, you're never gonna beat him, he's impossible to beat, he's unbeatable, no one can beat him, and this kid's 2 grades below me, so I'm thinking, okay, he's been playing Magic longer than me, sure, he knows more cards than me, sure, now, this is actually more recent, but, he still knows a lot more than me, like, okay, that's cool, let's challenge him. So me and him went to RLGS, and he said, you want to play a game? I said, sure. He said, what format? I said, modern, I guess. I pulled out my Eldrazi deck. He seemed a little nervous, but I didn't want to say anything. So he kept going. He pulled out his Jeskai control deck, and we began. We did 2 games. Game 2 I lost, unfortunately, which sucked. But game 1, Ult Ugin, Emrakul, take an extra turn. I'm going to hit you for, I think I hit him for 15 with Emrakul, Annihilator 6, trigger, plus 2 Thought Knots. He was dead. I first thing I did was texted up one of my friends, and I said, hey, I beat the kid. And he's like, how? That's impossible. I don't believe you. I said, well, you could ask him next time you come to F&M because I freaking beat him. I don't know how. Don't ask. So, we had our fun, and then he played a game again with me. I got destroyed because I didn't get any green mana, and I basically said, you know what, I concede, you got me next turn. He said, how? I'm like, well, chances are you have a Cryptic Command in your hand, and if you have a Cryptic Command in your hand, if I cast this Ugin, I die because it's all I have left. And he did have a Cryptic Command in his hand, so I would have died because I would have spent Cryptic Command, counter Ugin, draw a card, and then I would have just gotten obliterated by all of his creatures because I knew he had Restoration Angel in his hand just waiting to combo off. So that sucked. But I still felt happy about winning game 1, which is all that mattered. What's another fun story I can tell? I already told you the I Hate Blue story. Oh, this one happened very recently, like this morning actually. So, Bobby is teaching a friend of mine how to play Magic. And he's teaching him blue-white control kind of thing. It's in standard, too. And I'm like, oh my god. You have to have this kid face Jerry now. Because if you've seen my last rant video... No, rant video before the one I'm going to upload today. The I Hate Blue rant. Jerry hates blue. Thanks to this bad boy right here, Nicol Bolas. I will show you who Nicol Bolas is. Not this Nicol Bolas, but this one. The only reason why he hates blue is because I -9 Bolas targeting him and he died. So I said, you gotta have this kid face Jerry. And he said, yes, I will. And Jerry comes by and says, hey, I heard what you're talking about. I'll beat the hell out of Jerry. Or not Jerry, the other kid. I don't know why. I'm stupid. I'm out of it today. I haven't had my caffeine today. I'm sorry. But Jerry said, I'll beat the hell out of you when we play off. Don't worry about it. And I went up to the kid. I said, don't worry about it. I'll teach you how to play Grixis Control. He hates my Grixis Control deck. You will win every time. And so I went up to him after school and I said, how do you like Magic? He said, it's a bit confusing, but I think I'll get the hang of it. I'm like, yeah, just you wait until you learn about shocks and fetches and force of will and all that fun stuff. In the meantime, I was texting a friend of mine about, I tried out her green-white tokens deck that I'm making for her. And long story short, I won at lunch, which actually I'm going to tell that story now in full. So, a friend of mine, if you watched my last rant video, you'll know, but if you didn't, he proxied up Emrakul, Promised End, and used it. Little did he know, I had a hand full of garbage that only would have done stuff during combat, and Gideon didn't play. So that was it. So he basically casted Emrakul to lose it next turn. So he gained control of my turn. He did nothing. He literally had me put a land down and said go. I'm like, you clearly don't have Emrakul. Clearly you just don't. You should have just made me waste my Gideon. Because my Gideon literally could have just gotten like another emblem and died. Because Gideon was the reason why I was winning that game. So he's like, alright, go. I go. I'm like, alright, I'm going to Gideon a 5/5, 2 Gideon emblems, 7/7. I'm going to hit you for 7. Plus all my tokens. And then I cast Second Harvest beforehand, actually. So we both swung. And with both Gideon emblems and all my tokens, I hit just me alone for like 30-something. And I'm like, well, Jerry, apparently you didn't have to swing either. But what happened was, before that, was Joey Bear Joey the Teddy Bear. He wanted to attack with Emrakul. And I gotta hurry this story up because I have to get going soon. But basically, he's like, alright, swing for 13. Or larger than life, swing. Celestial Flare. You knew I had that in my hand. Why would you attack with Emrakul? Why? So he lost the game. And I just felt so upset for him. But yeah, that's basically the few stories I have. I'll catch you all in the next video. And remember, Chandra Nalar's life, people.